let's go back to daylight savings time. So, daylight savings time. What is the deal? Should we have it? Should we not have it? It seems to be the question lately. I think 19 states currently have legislation to permanently stay on daylight savings time. So, that's when we spring forward, save a little bit of daylight. Um, I, so, growing up, I was always told, being from, a rural community, that daylight savings time was implemented so that the farmers would have more time in the fields. And then we would fall in the spring, so you get more time in the evenings, for plant or planting and all that. And then in the fall, we fall back, so sunlight is more in the morning, and then they can get into the field earlier in the morning to, um, harvest. So there's more time during the day to harvest, and then they have to harvest at night. So that's how I've always understood daylight savings time. But according to an NPR article, that isn't even remotely near why daylight savings time was instituted. Now, this article was written in 2020 on November 5th of 2022. Um, it started out as an energy policy. So, according to their article here, it says for decades, shifting the clocks during the months that have the most sunlight was promoted as a way to save energy. Indeed, the most recent expansion of daylight savings time came via an energy bill that Congress passed in 2005. So they're toting this as a way to save energy, and it seems like a lot of what Department of Commerce actually was a huge supporter of this, because what did they say here? One of the earliest prominent backers of daylight saving was Abraham Lincoln Filene of Filene's department stores back in World War One. And basically, what this what this says is that when people got off work, that they were more likely to go shopping if they had more daylight. So so the Department of Commerce basically pushed this thing as a moneymaker. And when daylight saving, this is from the NPR article, when daylight saving was extended in early November 15 years ago, many saw the U.S. candy industry as a winner, since the extra hour of daylight could drive sales of more Halloween treats. I'm like, this is crazy. As always, it's a moneymaker. It's a moneymaker. It didn't have anything to do with the farmers, which is the way I understood it all growing up. And it was all about saving, or making money, and energy, saving energy. Now Benjamin Franklin was a big proponent of this, and his logic makes sense. So in the late 1700s, Benjamin Franklin wanted Paris to implement a daylight savings to basically save candle wax, because if he, what this NPR article says, so Franklin calculated that the city of Paris could save millions of pounds of candle wax every year if residents woke up early in the morning and went to bed early at night. So this, the old adage, early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. And Paris never really jumped on it, but I mean that makes sense. If you go to bed early, you're not going to burn as many candles. If you go to bed late, you're not really going to burn as many candles. But as an energy policy now, this doesn't even make sense anymore because we save energy in other ways. We have LED lights, but we also consume more energy. You know, so so as an energy policy, it doesn't really make sense. I mean, air conditioners run. How much gas are we using as we drive around? So wherever you land on this, I mean, it doesn't really matter. I'm a proponent of let's just stay on daylight savings. Forget, you know, moving forward, falling back, springing forward, falling back. Let's just stay on one consistent time and quit screwing with everybody's sleep. That's the way I see it. Like I said, 19 states right now have legislation to permanently end it. It's stalled in DC, so who knows what's going to happen. But that's kind of my rant on daylight savings. I let's just stay on daylight savings. Let's don't fall back in the fall. So when we spring forward in March, let's just stay on that time and be done with it.